everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Alana and today is going to be my first ever storytime video, and by reading this title you probably already know what it's about, but it is about me finding out that I was pregnant at 18 years old. So let's get into it. So I'm almost 21 years old now, so this was a little bit over 2 years ago that I found out that I was pregnant with my daughter Aaliyah. And at the time Matt and I were only dating for about 4 months. And I can clearly remember the day that I found out that I was pregnant. So I'm not going to go into every detail because if I do that, it's just the whole video is just going to be too long. But the day that I found out, Matt was staying over at my house at the time, and at the time I was living with my mum, and we were watching movies in my room, and I just randomly remembered, hey, I didn't have my period this month. So then I thought, yeah, I'm going to have to go down and take a pregnancy test. I wasn't getting any symptoms at the time, so it just dawned on me, maybe I should just take a pregnancy test just in case, you know, just to be on the safe side. We were using protection and I was on the birth control pill. So I gave Matt a heads up and I said, I'm going to have to go down to the supermarket because my period's late and I'll need to take a pregnancy test. And the look on his face, he was like, he just didn't really know what to say. So I ended up going down and I ended up getting about 3 different brands of pregnancy tests. I got a digital one, and then I just got, like, you know, first response, just the normal ones. And I decided to wait until the next day to take the test because I was reading on the packet that it said it's best to take the test with first morning urine. So the next day came and I got up in the morning and I took the test, and straight away those 2 lines showed up. And I just sat there and I was like, I found out that I was at least 9 weeks along. My periods weren't regular at the time because I was actually on birth control, and that sort of made my periods come irregular. And everything was running through my head. I didn't know what to think. Like, I was excited, I was scared, I was nervous, and I didn't know how I was going to tell my mom. I didn't know how I was going to tell my dad. Most importantly, I didn't know how I was going to tell Matt. I went into the bedroom and Matt knew I was taking the test in the first place, and he was just sitting on the bed, and I came in and I had tears in my eyes and I had my hands over my mouth like this, and I just looked at him, and then he goes, and straight away he knew by the look on my face that I was pregnant. Everything from there was just a blur because, you know, Matt was really excited and then he was really nervous, and we just sat down and we talked about what was going to happen with our lives from then on, and what we were going to do, how we were going to make things work in our life. And I was really surprised because Matt was really supportive. I always knew that Matt wanted kids at some stage, but I didn't think that it would be so soon. So he was really supportive about the whole pregnancy. I told my mum and she sort of knew that I was pregnant. Like, she's like, don't tell me, you're pregnant, aren't you? And I'm like, yes. She was really supportive and she said, you know, well, you're going to have to start getting your life together now. And then we told Matt's family and they were really happy for us and really supportive. Matt's family was actually really, really supportive at the time. So we were so grateful for that. So anyway, a little bit fast forward, I ended up moving in with Matt and his family, and I lived there for probably about a month or 2. And then Matt and I ended up moving out together in a 2-bedroom apartment, and then we stayed there until the baby was born. Matt's family was actually the ones that helped us get on our feet and helped us find a house. You know, without all of this support, I have no idea where Matt and I would be today. And honestly don't think that Matt and I would have been able to cope. Matt ended up finding a good supportive job that can support both me and the baby. I was having some complications with my pregnancy and my doctor decided to put me on bed rest for the rest of my pregnancy. So I decided not to go back to work and just become a stay-at-home mum. So that was with my first pregnancy. And ever since then, so many things have changed. Our daughter is now 2. Matt and I are still together and we are engaged, and we're going to be getting married next year in May. And we actually have another baby on the way. I am I am almost 31 weeks pregnant, so baby will be here in about 10 weeks or less. And I just wanted to say that being a teen mum was hard. All of my friends just started turning 18 and they were going out drinking because 18 is the legal age in Australia to drink, clubbing, and they were traveling the world, and I was pregnant at the time, and I didn't really live my life. Now, don't get me wrong, I do love my daughter heaps and heaps and heaps, and I do not regret falling pregnant with her one bit. But I do wish that I had that little bit of time before we started having children, just to bond with partner a little bit more, have more memories together, and also travel. That was always my dream when I was little, was to travel. I just wish that I had that little bit of time to live my youth a little bit more. Now, before you guys say anything, I am not promoting being a teen mum one bit. Because if it wasn't for our family, we'd either be living on the streets or we would be doing it really tough, like really tough. And believe it or not, when I found out that I was pregnant, I turned to YouTube and was going through all these videos about how to tell my parents, how to cope with the feeling of being pregnant and having life growing inside of you, and how to deal with all of these emotions and stuff like that. So I too know what it feels like to have your whole world changed just like that, you know, with two little lines, you know, it just changes your whole world. So if any of you who are watching this right now are a pregnant teenager or think that you are pregnant, it is most important to find support and talk to someone about it. So please, if you have to, feel free to message me on any of my social media or comment down below if you need any advice on how to tell your family, how to tell your partner, and basically how to cope with being a young mum. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this video helped you out somehow, even though it was just about me rambling on how I found out I was pregnant, blah blah blah. But I hope this helped you out, and I hope you guys have a beautiful day or night or wherever you are. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.